Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. I appreciate you taking out time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, everything it says to do on the screen. Thank you in advance. Now, I can't make any promises, but I believe this may be the last Mega Man game that we cover. Probably not, but I'm trying to not do, every single Mega Man game, but this one is definitely worth being on this list. This is Megaman Zero. So first and foremost, if you have been paying attention to any of the other videos that I talk about Game Boy Advance games, the Game Boy Advance is probably my favorite handheld system of all time. There was just so much packed into this system. Like, it was, the graphics were starting to be better than the SNES at this point. It is handheld, right? And so it was like the perfect companion to the early 2000s gameplay. And all of these series were getting these Game Boy Advance games that were just as good and in some cases better than their console counterparts. And Mega Man was starting to be on the downslope on the consoles, at least in my opinion, with things that came after X4 and 5. But Mega Man Zero was like, it's perfect for the Game Boy Advance. My only real problem, and this is not even an actual problem, but the game is so hard. So like, I'm playing it, I'm enjoying it, but at the same time, I'm like, this is a frustrating game. Like, it takes so much trial and error to know what you can and can't do. And, the way the game is set up is not traditional Mega Man like. So you don't really pick based on bosses like you used to. You just pick missions and then, you go and you end up fighting a boss character. And the bosses have like so much more health, but there's also the skill progression system. The more you use weapons, the stronger they get. You also have these fairies that you can level up and they get stronger, give you more abilities, increase health, defense, attack power, like all of this different stuff. So there's so many different layers and depth to this game. And visually, especially for the time, it was like, this is wild. Like, this is pretty. This is like Mega Man X level graphics, but it's on a handheld. And, the story is crazy. Without spoiling too much, let me just say that if you are a fan of Mega Man and you have not played the Zero games, you are doing yourself a disservice. But this is one of those games that kind of makes the timelines make sense, that maybe these Mega Man games are all part of the same timeline, or at least a few of them kind of go together. But you play Zero, who was awakened after apparently X is wilding out. And even though y'all saved everybody like 100 years ago, now X is trying to put everybody to sleep because, he does the thing that robots tend to do, which is like the best thing for humanity is if none of you guys exist, but they're doing it with like the Reploids. So, same kind of concept. And, you meet all these different characters and it's got this, again, they're really embracing this kind of anime style storytelling as well as like graphics. And, I loved everything about this series. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we might not be getting what I want from the main line, Mega Man's on the console, but like, this is definitely it. This is definitely great. This is very enjoyable. And it was one of those games that like, when I beat it, there was a sense of relief, but also like, this was an amazing journey. And Mega Man games have, a serviceable story, but some of the Mega Man games have just amazing stories, Mega Man Legends being one of them. And I think Zero has that same caliber of story where you start to see like there's a lot of things going on, not just bad robot shows up, go take out bad robot. There's a lot of layers to what people are doing and their motivations and things like that. And not to get all like preachy with it, but in the early 2000s playing this on my Game Boy Advance, I'm like, this is amazing. And when you start to see the links between the different Mega Man games, like it brings a little bit extra as a fan of the series. It makes me feel a little bit, more satisfied with what's going on storytelling wise. So there's plenty of ports of this like collection wise and things like that. I think they just did another Zero collection, but I know you can get it on multiple platforms. You can get it on PC. I want to say you could get it on the Switch as well, probably on consoles too. So if you are a fan of the Blue Bomber, as we call them, this is definitely one that should be on your list if it not already is. And if you do know about this game and the Zero series, because this is going to be, this representation of the series is here, let me know your thoughts on it. I'd love to see your comments and respond to them. I try to respond as much as I can, so I really appreciate when you all do. It makes me feel a little bit more motivated to do what we do here. As always, I appreciate you letting me reminisce with you. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. Peace.